Hello everyone. I have a question. How many English words do you know? 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Here is the shocking truth. You might know 10,000 words but still cannot have a simple conversation. Why does this happen? Because you fell into the 300-word trap. Today I will show you exactly what this trap island. I will tell you why most people learn English the wrong way. And by the end of this talk, you will know the secret to speaking English without memorizing dictionaries. You will learn how to use just 300 words to have real conversations. Are you ready to discover this secret? The problem everyone faces. Let me tell you about Daniel. He is from Spain. He studied English for 8 years. He knows thousands of words. He can read English books. He can write perfect emails. But when he meets an English speaker, he freezes. He cannot say one simple sentence. Does this sound familiar? Daniel is not alone. Millions of people around the world have the same problem. They collect words like stamps, but they cannot use them in real life. This is the 300-word trap. What is the 300-word trap? The 300-word trap works like this. You think you need to know many words to speak English. So you study word lists. You memorize vocabulary books. You learn 10 new words every day. But here is what happens. You focus so much on collecting words that you forget to practice using them. You become a word collector, not a word user. Think about it this way. A chef does not need to know every ingredient in the world. A good chef knows how to use basic ingredients well. The same is true for English. You do not need to know every word. You need to know how to use basic words well. The science behind simple words. Scientists studied how native English speakers talk. They found something amazing. Native speakers use only 1,000 to 2,500 different words in daily conversations. But here's the real surprise. The top 300 words make up 65% of all spoken English. Let me repeat that. Just 300 words cover 65% of everything you will ever say in English. This means you can have meaningful conversations with just 300 words. But most English learners ignore these basic words. They chase difficult words instead. They want to sound smart, but native speakers use simple words every day. Why simple words are powerful? Simple words are like building blocks. You can combine them in many ways. For example, take the word get. Get is a simple word, but you can use it in hundreds of ways. Get up, get down, get in, get out, get ready, get started, get better. One simple word, many uses. This is the power of basic vocabulary. Native speakers love simple words because they are flexible. They can express complex ideas with simple words. You can do the same. The real secret to English fluency. Now I will share the real secret. Fluency is not about knowing many words. Fluency is about using simple words quickly and naturally. Think about a baby learning to talk. A baby does not memorize dictionaries. A baby learns by using the same words over and over. Mama, dada, more, number. These simple words become automatic. The baby can use them without thinking. This is exactly what you need to do with English. Make simple words automatic. Use them so much that they become part of you. How to escape the 300-word trap. Here is your escape plan. First, stop collecting new words. I know this sounds crazy, but trust me on this. Second, choose 300 basic words. Focus only on these words. Third, practice using these words in sentences. Make them automatic. Fourth, combine these words in different ways. Create new sentences every day. Fifth, speak with these words. Do not worry about sounding simple. Simple is powerful. The 300-word formula. Let me give you the exact formula. Take 100 nouns. These are things you can see and touch. House, car, book, phone, food. Take 100 verbs. These are action words. Go, come, see, hear, think. Take 100 adjectives and other words. These describe things. Good, bad, big, small, happy. Now you have 300 words. With these 300 words, you can say almost anything. You can talk about your day. You can share your feelings. You can ask questions, you can tell stories, real examples of simple power. Let me show you how powerful simple words are. Here is a complex sentence. I am experiencing tremendous difficulty comprehending this information. Here is the same idea with simple words. I don't understand this. Which one is better? The simple one. People listen to confident speakers. They trust speakers who use clear, simple language. The practice method that works. Here is how to practice your 300 words. Every morning, pick 5 words from your list. By the end of 1 month, these words will be automatic. You will use them without thinking. This is much better than memorizing 100 new words. Quality beats quantity every time. Simple words connect people. Choose connection over impression. Choose clarity over complexity. You don't worry about forgetting words. You already know them perfectly. This confidence shows when you speak. Why most people fail? Most people fail because they want to sound impressive. They learn big words to show off. But communication is not about showing off. Communication is about sharing ideas clearly. Big words often confuse people. Instead, find your 300 basic words. You can search online for most common English words. Print this list. Put it on your wall. Make 10 sentences with each word. Say these sentences out loud. Do this for 15 minutes. The 30-day challenge. I challenge you to try this for 30 days. For the next 30 days, don't learn any new words. The confidence factor. Here is another secret. When you use simple words, well, you feel confident. You know you can express your ideas. After 30 days, you will be surprised. You will speak more fluently. You will feel more confident. You will communicate better. The truth about native speakers. Here is something most people do not know. Native speakers do not try to use difficult words. They use whatever words work best. Most of the time, these are simple words. They say big instead of enormous. They say good instead of excellent. They say bad instead of terrible. Simple words are their first choice. Make them your first choice too. Breaking free from the 300-word trap. The 300-word trap is real. It catches millions of English learners. But now you know the truth. You know that simple words are powerful. You know that 300 words can change your life. You know how to practice them. You know how to use them. The question is, will you do it? Will you stop collecting words and start using them? Will you choose simple over complex? Will you focus on the 300 words that matter? Your English journey starts now. Remember Daniel from the beginning? He learned about the 300-word trap. He stopped memorizing dictionaries. He focused on 300 basic words. He practiced them every day. Now he speaks English confidently. He has conversations with native speakers. He uses simple words to express complex ideas. You can do the same. Your English journey does not have to be difficult. It can be simple. It can be effective. It can be fun. The final truth. Here is the final truth about English learning. You do not need to know everything. You just need to know enough. 300 words is enough. 300 words is powerful. 300 words can change your life. Stop falling into the word trap. Start using the words you know. Start speaking English today. Your voice matters. Your ideas matter. You can share them with just 300 words. The world is waiting to hear what you have to say. Say it simply. Say it clearly. Say it with confidence. Thank you for watching. Have you ever wondered why you still can't speak English fluently, even after months, maybe years of trying? You watch videos, you memorize words, you even buy expensive courses. But when you open your mouth in real conversation, nothing comes out. Or worse, you forget everything. And in that silent moment, you feel small, powerless, almost ashamed, while the world around you seems to move faster, brighter, freer, leaving you behind. But what if I told you the secret to fluency isn't about studying for hours, memorizing thousands of words, or drowning in grammar rules? What if I told you the entire key to fluency could be unlocked with just 300 words? Yes, you heard me right. 300, not 3,000, not 30,000, just 300. That's the shocking truth no one told you, and today you're going to see it with your own eyes. Welcome to this channel, my friend. My name is Michael, and I've spent the last 10 years helping people like you, dreamers, fighters, ordinary people with extraordinary hunger, to break free from the chains of frustration and finally speak English with confidence. And today, I'm not just giving you another English tip. I'm giving you the key that could change the way you learn forever. But the question is, are you ready to listen? Are you ready to let go of excuses, fear, and old habits, and step into a new version of yourself? Let's be honest, you want more than English. You want freedom. You want to sit in an interview and not be afraid of your words failing you. You want to travel and connect with strangers across the world. You want to stand in a room full of people and speak without hesitation, without shame, without limits. Deep down, you don't just want to learn English. You want to unlock the life that English can give you, the life where opportunities are not closed by language, where doors are not locked by silence. And I have to ask you, what have you done today to move toward that dream? Did you waste another day scrolling, watching, waiting for the right moment? Or are you here because you know this moment is your turning point? Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Fluency is not about how much you study, it's about how smart you study. The world lies to you. Textbooks lie to you. They make you believe you need thousands of words, endless grammar drills, and perfect pronunciation before you're allowed to speak. But language doesn't work like that. Real fluency is built on the few words you use every single day. And if you master just 300 of them, your tongue unlocks. Your confidence rises and your world expands. That's not a theory. That's a fact tested by science, proven by learners, lived by people who once stood where you stand now. But before we get to that method, let me ask you this. How many times have you given up before? How many times have you promised yourself, this year I'll finally speak fluently, only to quit when it felt too hard? How many times have you walked away from conversations, heart racing, face burning, feeling like you're not good enough? You see, the problem is not your brain. It's not your memory. It's not even your age. The problem is your strategy. You were taught to learn English the hard way, the slow way, the way that kills your motivation before it even begins. And I know this pain because I've lived it too. I remember standing in a classroom, frozen, while everyone else spoke. I remember reading word lists at night, memorizing, repeating, but forgetting them the very next day. I remember thinking maybe I wasn't smart enough. Maybe languages weren't for me. And maybe you've thought the same. But here's the turning point. When I discovered the 300-word secret, everything changed. And it will change for you too. Imagine this. You're in a cafe in London. The waiter comes and asks what you'd like to order. You smile. And without hesitation, you reply smoothly, confidently. Not because you know every word in English, but because you know the right words. The 300 words that cover almost every situation. And as you speak, something shifts inside you. You realize fluency is not about perfection. It's about freedom. And that's what we're going to uncover today. This is not just another lesson. This is not just motivation. This is the start of a transformation. Because fluency is not a dream, it's a decision. And today, I'm going to show you how to make it. You see, when most people start learning English, they follow the same broken pattern. They collect words like stamps, writing them in notebooks, repeating them in their heads. They feel proud for memorizing 20 words one night, 50 the next. But when life tests them, when a real person asks a simple question like, "How are you?" or "What do you do?" their mind goes blank. All those words disappear like sand through their fingers. And in that crushing silence, they lose something far more dangerous than vocabulary. They lose belief in themselves. That's where Leo's story begins. Leo was just like you, ambitious, hard-working, hungry to speak English. He dreamed of traveling, of connecting with people, of finding better opportunities. But every time he tried, he failed. He spent months with grammar books, hours repeating word lists, nights watching videos. But in conversation, he froze. His words betrayed him, his confidence crumbled, and his dream felt further away with each attempt. One day, Leo applied for a job in an international company. It was his chance, his breakthrough. But when the interview began, something inside him collapsed. He understood the questions but couldn't reply. His answers came out broken, clumsy, half sentences mixed with long pauses, and the look in the interviewer's eyes, impatient, disappointed, was the nail in the coffin. He left that room humiliated, carrying the weight of failure on his shoulders. Have you ever felt that? That sting of lost opportunity? That moment when you realize the language you're learning has become the wall between you and your dream? Leo felt it deeply. He went home and almost gave up. He thought maybe English wasn't for him. Maybe some people are born with a gift for languages, and he wasn't one of them. But deep inside, another voice whispered, "Don't quit. There's another way." And that voice saved him. Instead of quitting, Leo decided to change his approach. He asked a powerful question. Do I really need thousands of words to speak, or do I just need the right ones? That question was the crack of light in his darkness. He started researching, testing, and soon discovered the shocking truth. 90% of daily conversations are built with fewer than 3,000 words. And even more surprising, 300 of those words appear again and again, forming the backbone of real communication. Think about that. Out of the hundreds of thousands of words in the English language, just 300 are enough to carry you through most of your daily life. Ordering food, making friends, asking questions, sharing stories, expressing feelings, it all comes down to a small, powerful core. And once Leo understood this, everything changed. He stopped wasting time on words he would never use. He stopped drowning in grammar exercises. Instead, he focused on mastering those 300 words. Like a warrior sharpening his sword, he repeated them in real conversations. He built sentences. He listened to them in movies, songs, podcasts. He used them until they became part of his breathing, and slowly, the wall in his mind began to crack. His fear melted, his voice grew stronger. Imagine it. Instead of juggling thousands of useless words, you focus on the essential 300. You build fluency brick by brick, not with force, but with strategy. You don't just learn, you live the words, you breathe them, you own them. And one day, when someone speaks to you, your brain doesn't panic, it flows. Your tongue doesn't freeze, it moves. That is the secret Leo discovered, and that's the secret you're about to use. But let me be clear, this is not magic. This is not overnight success. This is not some hack that makes fluency fall into your lap number. This is about commitment. 300 words are simple, but they demand discipline. They ask you to focus, to practice, to step into conversations even when you feel scared. The path is narrow, but if you walk it, fluency will be yours. Leo proved it. 3 months after his failure, he walked into another interview. The same kind of company, the same kind of questions. But this time, he was ready. His answers flowed naturally. His confidence shone. He wasn't perfect, but he didn't need to be. He was real, clear, and understood. And guess what? He got the job. Not because he knew every word, but because he mastered the right ones. So now the question turns to you. How many more chances will you lose before you make this shift? How many more interviews will you fail? How many more conversations will you avoid? How much longer will you live in silence? The truth is, you don't need another year. You don't need another 1,000 words. You need a decision, today, right now, to focus your energy on the 300 that matter most. Because those 300 words, they are your bridge. They are your freedom. They are your life in another language. Think of English as a city. Thousands of streets, countless buildings, endless pathways. At first glance, it feels impossible to navigate. But here's the secret. You don't need to know every street. You only need to know the main roads, the highways, that connect everything else. Once you master those highways, you can go anywhere. That's what the 300 words are. They are the highways of English. They appear everywhere, in every situation, connecting thought to thought, person to person, moment to moment. Let's test it. Imagine a conversation at the airport. Where is the gate? I need help with my bag. When does the plane leave? Every single sentence is built with common, simple words. Words like where, need, help, bag, when, leave. These are not advanced, complicated terms. They are everyday words. They are the foundation. And once you own them, You can build endless sentences without fear. Science backs this up. Linguists have studied frequency lists, the ranking of words by how often they appear in real conversations. The results are shocking. The top 300 words make up more than 65% of spoken English. That means if you master them, you understand 2 out of every 3 words in any conversation. And the remaining words? Context fills the gaps. You don't need to know everything to understand enough. You don't need perfection to communicate effectively. But here's the catch. Most learners ignore this truth. They waste time memorizing rare words, the ones they almost never use. Words like photosynthesis or geopolitical. Useful? Maybe. Necessary? Number? Not for your daily fluency. What you need is mastery of the basics. The glue words, the connectors, the verbs, pronouns, prepositions, and common nouns that build the skeleton of every sentence. And this is where Leo changed his life. He built a list of 300 core words. Not fancy ones, simple ones. Words like get, make, take, give, go, want. Words like me, you, us, them, here, there, now, later. Words like good, bad, big, small, happy, sad. At first glance, they look too simple, almost childish. But when combined, they unlock infinite possibilities. I want to go. She makes me happy. They gave us time. We need help now. Endless combinations. This is where fluency begins, not with size, but with flexibility. Because fluency is not about knowing, it's about using. You don't impress people by saying, I possess a considerable hunger. You connect with them by saying, I'm very hungry. Simple words, natural flow, real communication. That's why the 300 words are your secret weapon. Now imagine this. Every morning, you choose 10 of these words. You practice them in short sentences. You use them in a story. You listen for them in movies, songs, conversations. By night, those words are no longer strangers, they are friends. Do this every day, and within 1 month, you'll own the entire 300. They won't live in your notebook anymore. They'll live in your tongue, in your thoughts, in your life. Let's do a quick exercise right now. Take the word get. Alone. It seems small, but watch what happens. I get up. I get food. I get tired. I get it. I get better. One word, endless meanings. Now take make. Make food. Make money. Make friends. Make time. Make a mistake. Again, endless power. With just 2 words, you can build dozens of real-life sentences. That's the magic of core vocabulary. That's the secret you've been missing. So why doesn't everyone learn this way? Because it's not glamorous. It doesn't sell expensive textbooks. It doesn't look impressive on paper. Schools and courses want to convince you that you need complexity to succeed. But complexity is the enemy of fluency. Simplicity is the path to freedom. Children prove this every day. A child with 300 words can run, laugh, ask questions, and live in language. Why not you? And here's the deeper truth. When you focus on the 300, you train your brain to think in English. You stop translating. You stop building sentences like puzzles. Instead, words flow naturally, like water down a stream. This shift is everything. It's the difference between struggling forever and finally speaking freely. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Once you master the 300, your confidence explodes. You stop fearing mistakes. You stop doubting yourself. And with that confidence, you start adding new words naturally, without effort. Fluency builds itself. The 300 words are not the end. They are the beginning, the launch pad, the rocket fuel that carries you into real conversations, real life, real freedom. So now, I want you to picture your life 1 year from now. Will you still be stuck, collecting words like dust, never using them, always afraid to speak? Or will you be alive in English, confident, free, powerful? Because you chose the smart path today? The choice is yours, and the 300 words are waiting for you. Time. That's the one resource you will never get back. Money lost can be earned again. Opportunities missed can sometimes return. But time, once it's gone forever. And every day you waste not speaking English, every day you delay this decision is a day stolen from your future. Think about it. How many years have already passed while you tried to learn English? How many times have you told yourself, next year will be different? How many birthdays? How many New Year's resolutions? How many promises have you broken? If you continue like this, another year will pass. And you will still be in the same place, watching videos, taking notes, memorizing lists, but never speaking freely. You cannot afford that anymore. You cannot keep living in silence while life races ahead. You cannot let English remain the wall between you and the world. Because here's the truth. The world will not wait for you. Opportunities will not wait for you. Your dream will not wait for you. Imagine standing at the end of your life, looking back. Will you be proud of how you faced this challenge? Or will you regret every moment you stayed quiet, every door that closed because you didn't act? Every chance that slipped away because you let fear win? That thought should scare you, it should shake you, because regret is heavier than failure. Failure teaches you, regret buries you. This is your moment to decide. Right here, right now. Because there is no second chance. No one else will fight this battle for you. No one else will give you the gift of fluency. You must take it. You must claim it. And the beauty is, you don't need to climb a mountain. You don't need to memorize 10,000 words. You don't need to sacrifice your life. You just need 300 words, mastered with relentless focus, practiced every day until they live in your bones. That's not impossible. That's not overwhelming. That's achievable. That's real. But let me warn you, the enemy will whisper in your ear. Laziness will tell you, do it tomorrow. Fear will tell you, you'll fail again. Doubt will tell you, it's too late. These voices are lies. They are chains designed to keep you trapped. And if you listen, you will remain where you are forever. So crush them. Rise above them. Replace those voices with action, with decision, with courage. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it is the refusal to let fear win. Do you want to know what courage looks like? It looks like Leo, trembling, heart racing, but still walking into that second interview. It looks like a single mother, exhausted after work, choosing to practice her 10 words before bed instead of scrolling on her phone. It looks like you, right now, choosing not to click away, choosing not to delay, choosing to believe that fluency is possible. That is courage. And that is enough to change your life. Because here is the fire that should burn inside you. You don't have endless time. Every day you wait is another day your dream is stolen. And every day you act is another step closer to freedom. You must decide. Are you going to waste this year the way you wasted last year? Or will this be the year you finally break through? I want you to feel the weight of this moment. I want you to feel the urgency. Because this is not just about English. This is about your life. This is about your future. This is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, braver than your fear, greater than your limits. When you master those 300 words, you are not just learning English. You are rewriting your story. You are saying, I refuse to be silent. I refuse to stay small. I refuse to waste my life. That decision will echo in everything you do, from your career to your relationships to your confidence in every room you enter. And when that moment comes, when you finally speak with ease, when you finally connect without fear, when you finally feel free, you will look back at today and say, this was the day I changed everything. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't give yourself another excuse. Because the clock is ticking and your future is calling. Answer it now. Now that you feel the fire, it's time to give it shape. Inspiration without action is just a dream. Action turns dreams into reality. And if fluency is your dream, then you need a clear plan. A path you can walk every single day. Not a vague hope, not a random routine, but a method that guarantees progress. So here's the method, step by step. The 300-word strategy. The same method Leo used to rise from failure to fluency. The same method thousands have followed to break the chains of silence. And the same method you can begin today. Step 1. Build your list. Write down the 300 most common words in English. You can find frequency lists online, but let me give you an image. Imagine a toolbox. Each word is a tool. Some are hammers, like get, make, do. Some are screwdrivers, like in, on, with. Some are wrenches, like me, you, they. These are not glamorous tools, but they are the tools that build everything else. Without them, nothing stands. With them, you can build any sentence. Step 2. Divide and conquer. Don't try to swallow all 300 at once. That's impossible. Instead, take 10 words a day. 10. That's all. Write them on cards, or in your phone, or on sticky notes. Put them where you see them. Carry them in your pocket. Make them part of your world. 10 a day means in 1 month you've already cycled through the 300. Step 3. Create life with them. Words don't live on paper, they live in sentences. So for every new word, create 3 sentences, real sentences. Sentences you would actually say in your life. If the word is get, maybe you write, I get up at 6. I get food when I'm hungry. I get better when I practice. If the word is with, you write, I go with my friend. I'm happy with this. I study with you. Suddenly the word isn't just a symbol, it's alive, useful, yours. Step 4. Listen for them. Watch a movie. Listen to a podcast. Play a song. Your mission is to hunt those words. Circle them in subtitles. Write them down when you hear them. Smile when they appear, because each time they do, they carve deeper into your brain. This is not study, this is discovery. And discovery is how children learn. That's why they never forget. Step 5. Speak them out loud. Whispering in your head is not enough. Language lives on the tongue, not in the notebook. So say them. Speak to yourself. Speak to a mirror. Speak to your friend, your pet, your camera. Don't wait for the perfect conversation partner. Be your own partner. Every time you use those words out loud, you train your muscles, your voice, your rhythm. And fluency is not just mental, it's physical. Step 6. Recycle. After 30 days, you've touched all 300 words. But don't stop. Go back. Repeat. Reuse. Because mastery comes from repetition. You don't need new information, you need deep repetition. The kind that makes the words automatic. The kind that makes them flow without thought. That's when you know you've won. Now, let me give you a real-life picture of what this looks like. Imagine Maria, a nurse who works 12-hour shifts. She thought she was too busy to learn English, but she used the 300-word strategy. Every day on her bus ride, she practiced 10 words. She made sentences about her day. I work with patients. I go home at night. I need rest. Within 6 months, she wasn't just memorizing, she was speaking. She shocked herself when a tourist asked her for directions, and the words came out naturally. No fear, no pause, just flow. This is how you win. Not with complexity, not with endless grammar drills, not with perfection. You win with simplicity, consistency, and focus. The 300 words are your weapon. The method is your armor, and your determination is your victory. But let me remind you, this method works only if you work. It will not climb into your brain by itself. You must pick up the pen, write the sentences, speak the words, listen with intention, repeat without giving up. If you do, the result is inevitable. Fluency will come. So tonight, before you sleep, write your first 10 words. Tomorrow, make your first 30 sentences. The day after, listen for them in a movie. And in 1 month, you will look back and see how far you've come. Step by step, day by day, your silence will turn into speech. Your fear will turn into confidence. Your dream will turn into reality. And when that happens, you will understand what Leo understood. That fluency is not a mystery. It is not luck. It is not talent. It is a decision to focus on what matters most. There comes a moment in every learner's journey when the chains finally break. The silence cracks. The fear melts away. And suddenly, words that once felt heavy flow like water. That moment is not just about English, it's about freedom. And if you follow this path, that moment will come for you too. Let me show you. Leo, the man we spoke about earlier, reached his turning point one evening in a cafe. He had been practicing his 300 words relentlessly for weeks. At first, it felt mechanical. Repeating, writing, speaking to himself. But then, something happened. A tourist sat next to him and asked for directions. His heart raced. The old Leo would have frozen. The old Leo would have smiled awkwardly, whispered, "Sorry," and walked away. But not this time. This time, the words came. Simple, clear, confident. Go straight, then turn left. 4 words. Enough. The tourist smiled, thanked him, and walked away. And Leo stood there, stunned. Because for the first time, English had not betrayed him. He had used it, and he had won. That small victory ignited a fire. Suddenly, Leo wanted more. He started conversations. He practiced with strangers. He volunteered answers at work. And every time, his 300 words were there to catch him. They carried him when his grammar wasn't perfect. They lifted him when he forgot something. They gave him the courage to keep going. And step by step, Leo became fluent, not in theory, but in life. Now let's meet Chloe, a student from Brazil. Chloe had failed English exams 3 times. Each failure carved deeper wounds in her confidence. She thought she was stupid. She thought she would never make it. But when she discovered the 300-word strategy, she decided to give herself one last chance. She focused on those words like a laser. She made flashcards. She practiced with her little brother. She repeated them while washing dishes, while walking to class, while lying in bed at night. The day of her 4th exam came. She was nervous, but this time something was different. The questions weren't terrifying anymore. They were familiar. Every sentence she read contained words she had mastered. Every question she heard felt lighter. And when she spoke, the examiner listened, nodded, smiled. Chloe passed. But more than passing, she proved to herself she wasn't broken. She was powerful. She was capable. She was fluent. Do you see the pattern? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's focus. These 300 words are the bridge between silence and speech, between fear and freedom, between failure and victory. And anyone who walks across that bridge will arrive at the other side. But here's the part most people miss. The transformation isn't just about English. It spreads into every part of your life. When you finally speak, when you finally express yourself without fear, something inside you shifts. You stand taller. You walk with more confidence. You look people in the eye. You no longer avoid opportunities, you chase them. I've seen it happen again and again. A shy student becomes a leader because they finally have a voice. A worker trapped in a low-paying job earns promotions because they can now communicate with international clients. A traveler who once hid in silence suddenly makes friends across continents. These are not just stories, these are lives rewritten. And yours can be next. But let me take you deeper. Imagine the day it happens for you. You're sitting in a meeting. The manager turns to you and asks for your opinion. Before, you would have panicked, your mind racing, your mouth dry. But now, you breathe, you smile, and you speak. Not perfectly, but clearly. The room listens. You feel your power rising. For the first time, you're not hiding, you're shining. That feeling is worth every hour, every repetition, every moment of discipline. Or picture yourself traveling abroad. You step into a store, order coffee, ask for directions, chat with the cashier. Small moments, simple sentences. But inside, it feels like climbing Everest. Because you did it. You crossed the barrier. You belong. This is the high point. This is the reward. The victory is not in knowing every word. The victory is in living without fear. And that's what the 300-word secret gives you. But I want you to feel the urgency again. Because victories like these are waiting for you, but only if you act. Too many people watch videos like this, nod, feel inspired, but then return to their old patterns. They take notes, they never review. They promise themselves they'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. And their dream dies quietly in the shadow of procrastination. Don't let that be you. Don't let this fire fade. Don't let your future slip away. Because you chose comfort over courage. Right now, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to more of the same frustration, failure, silence. The other leads to freedom, opportunity, confidence. And the choice is not complicated. It's 300 words. That's it. So I ask you, will you waste another year? Or will you fight for your future today? Fluency is not just about words. It is about who you become in the process of learning them. Because when you fight for English, you are not only unlocking a language, you are unlocking yourself. Every time you push through fear, every time you repeat a sentence instead of quitting, every time you face embarrassment and keep speaking, you are building more than vocabulary. You are building courage. Think about it. The person who begins this journey is not the same person who finishes it. At first, you may feel small, fragile, doubtful. But as you persist, something inside you transforms. Your discipline strengthens, your confidence grows, your resilience hardens, and one day you look in the mirror and see someone stronger than you ever imagined. English was the path, but the victory was your character. This is the hidden gift of the 300-word secret. It forces you to practice every day. It forces you to show up. It forces you to stay consistent even when it feels boring, even when no one is watching, even when progress is invisible. That discipline, that daily repetition, will not only make you fluent, it will make you unstoppable. Because if you can conquer English, you can conquer anything. Let me tell you about Leo. He wasn't just bad at English, he was bad at everything, or so he believed. He dropped out of school. He failed at jobs. He thought he was cursed to live small. But one day, he stumbled across the 300-word strategy. Skeptical but desperate, he started. 10 words a day, sentences before bed, movies with subtitles. At first, nothing happened. Weeks went by, and still he struggled. But he kept going. Slowly, his sentences became smoother. Slowly, his conversations became longer. Slowly, his confidence returned. And then, something incredible happened. The moment Leo realized he could speak, he realized he could change. English became proof that he wasn't hopeless, he wasn't broken, he wasn't trapped. He was capable of growth, and that realization spread. He got a better job. He repaired relationships. He even started exercising, reading, dreaming again. All because he mastered 300 words. Do you see it? This is not just about grammar. This is not just about passing a test. This is about rewriting your identity. The person who begins in silence becomes the person who ends in strength. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe deep inside, you are not only hungry for fluency, you are hungry for proof that you are more than your excuses, more than your failures, more than the voice in your head that says you can't. Maybe you need a victory that changes how you see yourself. And English can be that victory, but you must embrace the process. And the process is not glamorous. It's not exciting every day. Some days, you'll feel tired. Some days, you'll feel bored. Some days, you'll wonder if it's worth it. Those are the days that decide who you become. Because anyone can feel inspired for one night. Anyone can practice for 1 week. But champions are built in the quiet weeks, the months of repetition, the endless cycle of showing up. Consistency beats talent. Consistency beats motivation. Consistency beats everything. And if you want fluency, you must choose consistency. 10 words a day, sentences every night, listening with intention, speaking without fear, again and again and again. Until one day, it no longer feels like effort, it feels like life. And here's the truth most people never understand. Fluency is not a destination. It is a lifestyle. It is not something you arrive at one day. It is something you live every day, every conversation, every moment. You will never be perfect, and you don't need to be. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is freedom. So what does freedom look like? Freedom is raising your hand in a meeting without fear. Freedom is calling a friend across the world and laughing without hesitation. Freedom is traveling without shame, learning without barriers, living without limits. That's what's waiting for you on the other side of discipline. That's what's waiting for you if you embrace the 300-word secret. But let me remind you, the clock is still ticking. Every day you wait, you remain the same. Every day you act, you move closer to transformation. Which path will you choose? So now, after everything you've heard, the truth is clear. Fluency is not far away. It is not some impossible mountain. It is not reserved for the talented, the young, or the lucky. Fluency is built on 300 words, practiced with consistency, spoken with courage, and lived with determination. That is all. And that means fluency is within your reach, right now, if you choose it. But let me give you the final lesson, the one that changes everything. Life doesn't reward intentions. Life rewards results. It doesn't matter if you wanted to learn English. It doesn't matter if you planned to start. It only matters if you did. Because dreams don't care about excuses. They only care about outcomes. And if you want the outcome of fluency, you must act. That's why the 300-word secret is more than a method. It is a mirror. When you look at it, you see the truth. You either walk toward your dream, or you walk away from it. You either take control, or you give it up. You either choose courage, or you surrender to fear. This is not about English anymore. It is about who you want to be. So let me ask you one last question. Who will you be? The person who watches this video, nods, feels inspired, but then returns to the same old cycle? Or the person who takes this moment seriously? Who writes down the first 10 words tonight? Who speaks them aloud? Who builds their freedom one step at a time? Remember this: 300 words are waiting for you. They are not difficult, they are not complicated, but they demand commitment. And if you give them that, they will give you back a life without limits. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, the day you finally break through, the day you speak clearly in a meeting, and your colleagues look at you with respect, the day you order food in another country, and the waiter understands you perfectly, the day you laugh with a stranger, share your story, connect across culture, across language, across the world. That day is closer than you think. That day begins now. So here's the final call. Don't wait. Don't let this moment slip away. Don't let fear win again. Pick up your pen. Write your first 10 words. Speak your first 30 sentences. Listen for them in the next movie you watch. Begin. Because every great journey begins with a single step, and this is yours. And as you do, remember these words. Your dream doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your results. So give it results. Give it action. Give it everything you have. If this message lit a fire inside you, if you feel ready to finally claim your fluency, then join me on this journey. Subscribe to this channel, stay with me until the end, and together we will build the life you deserve. Word by word, day by day, victory by victory. Your future is calling. Answer it now.